What's up, everybody? Welcome to the Almost Brothers podcast. Today's episode is sponsored by Dunklin County Transit.
DCT, anyone can ride. At Dunklin County Transit, our goal is to provide safe, reliable, and accessible transportation options to meet the diverse needs of not only Dunklin County, but our entire Southeast Missouri community.
We are committed to ensuring that all residents, regardless of their circumstances, age, or income, have access to essential services, healthcare facilities, employment opportunities, and recreational activities, and more.
Through our transport services, we aim to enhance mobility, promote well-being, and foster community connectivity. You can go in the show notes below, click the link to DunklinCountyTransitMalden.com, or you can go to the website dctsmalden.com. That's dctsmalden.com. And don't forget, anyone can ride.
How do you always manage to not get yourself in the frame?
I'm in the...
I
thought it would be.
Just real smooth. Real smooth. It's because he's worried about you. He's worried about getting you in there, Rich.
I don't want to be on there today. I look like a horrible. I look like...
Look like you got smacked in the face with a bag of powder.
Yeah. I got a little too much sun Saturday now.
Yeah, it definitely isn't your friend.
Unclean.
It's okay.
I look like a leper.
First burn of the summer.
I can't believe I didn't, because I know if I'm out.
I know better.
I do.
Yeah.
I didn't wear
Which I didn't think it would, it's not so hot, so I didn't think that.
Has nothing to do with the sunburn.
It would be, I mean, that's true. But
Saturday, I'm mowed. Saturday, I'm mowed, and leave me a shut up.
I'm moded.
Liver. Me and liver.
I mowed, and then I went and took a shower and noticed a freaking tan line. I was like, wasn't even that hot outside. It was 60, almost 70 degrees.
Yeah.
Mike burned Saturday.
Yeah.
What'd you burn?
It was so weird.
I got a little sun, man. Being out washing them cores.
Yeah.
Washing them
That's
cores.
what Jennifer says, washing and wrenching.
Yep.
I asked her what size wrench she uses. She does not think it's funny.
I know what that is.
You're such an idiot.
I know what that is. It's so dumb.
Woo!
What's up? I'm Zeke, and thank you for joining the Almost Brothers podcast.
That is a good thing.
There you go, Tyler. How many what's ups was that?
I wasn't paying attention.
I wasn't ready.
Do it again.
Oh, the Zekester leading us off today. Not in person, but
Unfortunately.
In spirit and in recording.
yes, exactly. But what's up, everybody? Welcome back to a brand new episode of the Almost Brothers podcast. As Zeke said, thank you for joining us yet again. Do us a favor. Make sure you share this with your friends. Get it out there. Help us spread the word of just this goofy podcast.
Like, share, and subscribe.
Exactly.
Like we are live on TikTok.
All those things. Yes, exactly. Here,
share
as always,
the live
with the mighty Tyler Wilkerson.
Mighty. I'll take it.
Well, I mean, there was a character called Mighty Mouse.
Oh,
so
your mouth.
it might be before your time, though.
Oh man, that's true.
I was going to say something mean, but I'm sorry, I'm not going to.
Oh, look at him.
Apologizing before he
He's
says
choosing
something.
love, choosing the high road.
Choose
I was
kindness.
going to say there's also a character called Jabba the Hutt, but never mind.
Oh,
I'm sorry. That was. Anyways,
I'm on a diet.
You
I'm
guys.
good. I'm doing good. So whatever.
And Richard Randall, no E.
That's right.
How's it going?
I'm good. I'm
Big
real
Rich
good.
77 on Xbox Live.
I swear, I wish you'd stop saying it.
No, I'm just saying. I'm just like gotta let them know your gamer tag, man.
I'm not on live. It doesn't even matter.
Oh, how are
People
y'all
will be
doing?
trying to find me. You're like, he's not even there. He lied.
Right, I'm trying to play.
You don't want to play with me. I make Tristan so mad.
You bring the whole team down.
No, you have to shoot the guy.
All right, you just like running around like yeah. I can see that.
I always have to turn my sensitivity down because if not,
you're
it's
just
just
going everywhere. Oh,
yeah. I don't.
So, what'd you think your first time at Strawberries?
Is that right?
Yeah. Just all right.
It.
You didn't get the pork steak though.
I didn't get the pork. Well, I tried it. I tried yours.
Yeah.
It was.
He's had a
I don't want to
loss for
get.
words.
I don't get. I don't want to get hate from people.
Oh,
Get
It's-
emails.
It was
Yeah.
good. It was good.
okay. There you
And
go.
that's. I think that's kind of all I would say about it. It was good.
because I don't care about hate mail. I
I
will
do. I'm the
say-
one that has to deal with it.
I know, that's why I don't care. But I will say that it, like several years ago, it was way better. Like when it became famous or whatever, because it is famous. Walmart carries their
Yes.
dry rub for a reason.
They do. They do.
And,
Indeed.
So yeah, I mean it used to be better, but it is good. I mean it's not bad.
Well, on today's episode, we're not going to be talking about strawberries or barbecue at
You
all.
brought it up.
I know, but I'm just saying. Like,
It was
we're-
funny. You asked me the other day, how do you feel about strawberries for lunch? I was like, I don't like I thought like for a
Like
second actual strawberries. I was like, I don't like strawberries. I'll just bring my own.
We're just
That
gonna eat
is-
fruit.
That is funny. So just chocolate covered straw. Just us three sitting in a circle with chocolate covered strawberries.
Yeah.
Fruit salad.
Oh, oh my
Yummy,
gosh.
yummy.
So my nephew, he has autism, and he's just the greatest. And he used to hate that song when
Yeah.
he was little. He was probably 12 or 13. So we'd sing it to him.
Yeah.
I'd just be walking through the house like fruit salad. He'd be like, Uncle Michael, you better stop.
Was that
awesome.
the Wiggles,
Something
right?
like-
Is that
yeah.
what that?
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
it was so bad.
So on today's episode, we are going to be talking about an unconventional road.
Cool.
In all, what's even done?
Sorry, go ahead.
In all aspects of our life, just being unconventional.
Yeah.
Cool.
There you go. There you go. Well, and I had this idea because, me and Jamie's anniversary just happened. 19 years. Happy anniversary! But not the slow clap is supposed to start the clap, not end it. Oh, yeah.
I go against the grain.
And it got me.
It takes an unconventional.
That's what I was about
Yeah.
to say.
Yeah.
Oh man. No, I was thinking about this because our marriage is very our life together is very unconventional. Usually you graduate high school,
Right.
you get married, you have kids. We had a kid, graduated, got married. So it's
Yeah.
very unconventional. And then I got to thinking about you and how
Oh, my entire life. has
you
been
just
unconventional.
you coming to know Jesus.
Yeah.
Is very unconventional. You were later on in life. Most of us, we kind of grew up in church,
Right.
But you got saved at what,
38.
38 years old, man.
Yeah.
So that's a big deal, very
it's pretty
unconventional. And then you have Tyler, who is himself unconventional.
He is an unconvention.
I myself am strange and unusual.
I too am extremely humble.
Drax.
Yeah.
No, just thinking about, especially today, them being married at their age is kind of unconventional. Usually, they're people are waiting a little bit later and
I'll
later
say
on in life,
still being married.
and still being and still being married. Yeah,
'Cause
exactly.
I know a lot of people my age that got married around, early 20s
Yeah,
and married for 3-4 years and now they're divorced.
yeah. What time or what time? What time did you get married?
It was about 2 in the afternoon, I think, 3 in the
It
afternoon.
was 1:00 on a Wednesday.
It was stormy.
So
It was
when
blazing
did
hot.
y'all got married at what age?
It was 4 years ago, so I'm 24 and Liv was
22.
21.
Oh, you were 24. She was 21.
Yeah.
Cool. And you got married at
Like the first time.
20, no,
Which
What
one?
is it?
Which time?
28
What are we talking
with
about?
Jennifer. When did you get married to Jennifer?
We've been married 16 years, and I'm 47, so 20. What? I don't know. I don't do
31.
math. Yeah,
Wow. Yeah.
31.
We got married at 19. So all three kind of unconventional.
Yeah,
So
and Tyler and Liv met online.
and
That's true.
That's
there you-
another.
yeah, there you go. Another
unconventional
different,
thing.
especially from our generations.
Yeah.
Is that's a very, very
That's true.
different
Yeah.
than any
Mm-hmm.
fun fact. Never ever been on a dating website.
I haven't either.
And
Nor do
then-
I want to.
And then, seems like a scary world out there.
Meet people like Tyler out there. I'm not trying to do that.
Like you know how easy it is to get coerced? Ask Liv. I mean, it just
She
catfished.
on her first date had her best friend and her cousin just what's the word I'm looking for?
Escort her.
Coincidentally go and eat at the same restaurant.
Yeah. Just kind of sitting and watching and
Carrying pepper spray.
Right. I know that a lot of people would do like the phone call, like the emergency phone call.
Right.
You know, oh, I've got to go. You know, but yeah, that I like that the little accidental pop up.
Yeah.
So how was the first date? Apparently pretty good, or was it like I don't know, like let me keep going on this website, and then you were like, okay, you know what?
For me,
don't lie. Ooh, don't lie. Ooh, don't lie.
For me, it didn't feel as awkward as most first dates.
Yeah,
I would say.
Okay.
I guess I did something right.
Yeah.
Considering, 5 years later.
Here you are. That's true. What'd y'all do?
We went to Las Brisas. And they
Surprised it wasn't Chinese.
I'm
not gonna lie.
Yeah.
That's surprised.
Yeah. I think at that point I didn't know because I was living in Bernie and I just moved there. I didn't know there was one in Malden.
Yeah.
At the time.
We'll be right back.
Well, hey there. This is Mike from the Almost Brothers podcast. We want to thank you for checking out this episode. I want to ask you, has this podcast encouraged you in any way and you would like to give back? Well, guess what? We have a way that you can do that. Okay, you could do $3, $5, $8, or $10 a month. What this does is this helps financially support the show so we can continue to put out good content and encourage you. So if you've got time, go down in the show notes and click on that support button that will take you to the page to where you can give back and help us to continue this thing. Back to the episode.
That's okay. You're not missing anything.
Where'd you go, to Dexter?
No, we went to Malden.
Oh, okay.
Malden.
Yep.
Nice. And then just all downhill after that.
Your words, not mine.
Oh, he took a pause, dude.
Yeah.
I'm not going to agree with that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so do you, either one of y'all, ever feel kind of that, man, my life is so different, or my journey was so different than someone else's, just listening to them like maybe talk about their life, and then you start to realize like, oh man, our journey is a little bit different.
Yeah, well, and that's not talking about mine, but yours for a second, because we talk about, like, all the time we tell the youth that yours and Jamie's situation, y'all's road is so not the typical high school pregnancy story.
Yeah.
Right. Usually you get married in high school because of a pregnancy. It doesn't last.
Right.
I would wager 80% of those do not last.
Yeah.
That's what
I will say it's a more than uncommon circumstance, but the result of you guys is far and few in between.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm going to look up,
The statistic.
the exact statistics.
Yeah.
I don't know where you're getting your statistics.
I made mine up out of thin air. So
You remember that? What is that? Not Bruce Almighty, but Fun with Dick and Jane.
it's been
Like,
a
I don't know
long
where you're
time.
getting your statistics. They made a video out of it. It was funny. Anyway, approximately 1/3 of teen pregnancies result in teenager cohabitation, marrying, or having a child. Of those who have a child, a smaller percentage, 22%, cohabitate before the birth, and a smaller percentage, 5%, marry. 5%
Wow.
of teen pregnancies actually get married.
Wow.
That
So-
is a staggeringly low number. I didn't know it was that
and
low.
I'm willing to bet that of those 5%, even less stay married.
And that's what I was. Yeah, that's what I was going to try to kind of allude to. Is I wonder how many of those then stay married.
Right.
Yeah,
and that's because Jamie's awesome.
she's pretty.
Has
She's pretty
nothing to
amazing.
do with you.
She's pretty amazing. Yeah. So 19 years of marriage and about 27, 26 together.
Yeah.
Something like that. And it is. It's just. It's a testament to how amazing she is, how blessed we are, you know, to have met each other in high school, to have dated, to have went through these life-changing things, you know, and
The one time she broke up with you.
and man, it was a couple times she broke up with me. Man, you gotta bring that up, man.
That's part of the story.
Darn.
Speaking of,
Darn.
That's her.
yeah.
That's what she said. She said, "Darn."
Yeah, she did.
I'm breaking up with
She
you.
was such a
out.
hater back then. No,
Well, we got me and my high school sweetheart. We got married in high school, or you know that
Yeah.
whole story.
yeah,
But we were only married for like 4 years,
yeah,
so we were that statistic.
Right.
You know, the other side of the coin of you and Jamie. It just did, and then subsequent marriages. I've just been a terrible husband.
yeah.
You know, because I didn't know God, so I didn't know what
Right.
real love was.
Right.
It was just selfish love.
Yeah, that's what, you know, you try to teach people, you know, especially those that are kind of unconventional. Either it's later in life or it's earlier in life when they're getting married, you know, is trying to explain to them, put God number one in your life, and everything else. Well, you know, it's that pyramid. The closer you get to God, the closer you get to each other. You know, so I've just really been thinking about that over the past few days. Is just how blessed we are, how lucky we are, and how much we had to fight to keep this together, because I too have been a terrible husband, terrible father, terrible everything, you know, before, and
Terrible human being.
right. And her just sticking through it and seeing the best in me. You know, we got married at 19, so we still had a lot of growing to do, you know, so being able to grow, but grow together, you know, it really is a testament to how amazing she is, how strong she is. And I'm just grateful and thankful for her.
That's the difference between young couples then, even though then was what, almost 20 years ago.
Why you say it like
and then,
that, man?
And then
That's a
young
then,
couples,
bud.
Yeah.
young couples now, because, you know, kind of like you said, many times Jamie could have just packed up her bags and left.
Yeah.
But she didn't. Whereas it seems very common, as soon as there's a hiccup, someone's ready to pack their bags.
Yeah. Have y'all ever got to that point to where y'all are like flat out like fighting to the point of maybe not even talking about? Because now we that's one thing that we've now got to the point where we say that's something you can't even bring up. That's not even an option that you can.
And you have to get there.
Yeah.
That's where we were from day one.
Yeah.
That's not even an option.
Oh yeah. Good.
And y'all had the advantage of growing up in church. You know, y'all had godly examples of Christian marriage, and it makes a huge difference.
Yeah.
You know, I truly believe, you know, we're on our second group of children, so to speak. You know, we raised.
Man, you ain't like, that's a good way to think about it.
Second class of chidlins.
Class of 22. I don't know, but
Never
anyway,
thought of it that way. Yeah.
yeah.
The
but-
graduating Randall
Yeah.
class. You start your own school.
So anyway,
Okay, go ahead.
So we raised 6 children,
Yeah.
and then we kind of started over when we adopted, and we started fostering, and then we adopted. So it's a totally different example that we're setting for these kids now than we did for our adult children, and I believe it shows.
Yeah.
Because our adult children aren't seeking God like I would like them to, and it's because as younger kids they didn't have that Christian example.
Yeah. Do you ever have regrets in that?
Oh, dude.
That's how I am. Yeah.
Because I've talked to you a lot about this recently, I'm kind of getting to a point to where, yes, I feel guilty, but during my Christian walk, since I become a Christian at 38, I have done everything I can to show them that now, and to witness to them, and to try to live a life that they would be proud of, to see a godly life.
Yeah.
So while I didn't show them that when they were younger, I have tried to make up for that. And as adults, you can't make their decisions for them.
Right.
You can show them a better life, tell them what God did for you, because Lord knows He changed me. But at the end of the day, they have to make that decision for themselves.
Right. And even with those that maybe didn't grow up in church, they still they got to see both sides of that too.
Right.
So they also have an advantage of seeing you live without God and live with God. So it's like, yeah, you and I've had to learn this because I was the same way, you know, with Aaliyah. We were so young that we had a lot of growing up to do as well. So we raised her in church, but not as much. We didn't set the best example for her because we too were, again, you know, struggling through life,
Right.
you know, growing up and dealing with a bunch of stupid decisions. But she got a different advantage than my two youngest because she got to see the entire, coming from where we're going, the entire arc of our life, as opposed to Zeke and Zay know nothing but church. Like that, they know nothing but mommy and daddy is in church. This is what we're doing, you know, for their entire lives.
Right.
But I struggle with that a lot, is feeling that guilt of living that unconventional life and not having my stuff together when Aaliyah was young, and wishing, man, I wish I would have had my head on my shoulders a lot better than I did, saving up money, you know, college fund for her, things like that. So I feel bad about that because we did start so young.
Yeah.
You know, but
Yeah, and Tristan gave me one of the best compliments, and he wasn't trying to, but we were talking, and he said that he hopes that he can get to a point of the life that I'm currently living where nothing will pull me away from God.
yeah,
Like, I'm at a point in my life where it's me and God's my ride or die.
right, right, yeah, literally,
So, but to know that he sees that, it's overwhelming.
yeah,
To know that's recognizable in me when I don't see it in myself.
right,
You know, because it's easy to miss that when you're self-reflecting.
yeah.
So
And not seeing what others see in you.
Right.
Yeah. Well, and a beautiful thing about Tyler, especially with our three, the three almost
beautiful
brothers,
about Tyler.
is that there's a lot, you know, there's
Love you.
things.
Love you, man.
Is that when y'all finally do have kids, you're gonna have an unconventional road when it comes to us three, to where you're not gonna have to deal with that. They're gonna start in church knowing that mommy and daddy love Jesus, and that, you know, so that's gonna be a beautiful thing too.
That's what I was going to say. I feel like me and Liv, in that sense, have an advantage.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Being around, obviously, people like you guys, but also seeing bad examples.
Yeah.
Not in our personal lives, but have seen that in other people. And I was kind of like, leadership. I talked about leadership before, being in the military, and there's bad leadership when I was in the military, and I was able to take away the bad to know what not to do.
Yeah.
Kind of in that sense, not saying I think we're going to be perfect parents, but I think I think we have a pretty good upper hand.
Yeah. And so your parents are still together, right?
No,
Oh, okay. Okay, I didn't. That's what I was about to say. I thought both of y'all's sets of parents were still together, and
Hers
like
is.
you have really good. Yeah. So even that's even something that not a lot of couples get, is an example like that of parents yourself that are still together, because most of us come from divorced homes. It's just what the stats are, you know. So even that, you have a good view on, especially like long-term marriage. Like, that's such a rare thing anymore for anyone under the age of 80 years old.
Yeah.
So it's cool to see that, and you get kind of a different perspective, because you see, you know, you can go to this couple and like, how did y'all 50 years? Like, that's crazy. You know, so that's really cool. And also, when y'all do have kids, it's amazing that both of y'all are so great at music and at singing that they've got an upper hand even in that.
I was telling Liv, because we have a foster kid, and
Inman, yeah.
in like you're going
do it.
in,
I know.
He can't do it.
going in a man, Inman.
Inman.
He's
not a
really
good
into he's really into Pokemon, and there's there's something I had to do, and like the next day I had to go and do something. I think Liv was like off work or something, and I was like, it's a good opportunity for you and him to hang out and do something. She's like, it's hard to connect with him.
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, but think of it as good practice, because there's a 50-50 chance with me and you doing music and raising a child around music that they're not going to want to do music
Right.
and be interested
Yeah.
in something else.
Yeah.
And regardless, we have to show interest in that.
Yeah, that's so
and
true.
that's such a frustrating thing. You know, because as a parent, you have to show interest in what they're interested in.
Yeah.
And it's so hard when it's something that's so far away from anything that you could give a crap about.
Yeah.
Zane loves Legos. I want to throat punch the CEO of Lego
Gosh.
because they are that annoying.
Yeah.
I can't, and I know it's a whole culture. I get it. I don't understand.
Yeah, I'm having to like keep myself in my seat.
I
He's about to come unglued.
know.
About to
Legos.
crash out.
Legos
D1.
are just not my thing.
You're gonna be yelling Lego
They
with
made a
me
whole
here in a minute.
They made a whole show about it on Hulu. It's
Lego Masters.
like
Yeah.
build Legos like.
And that's
Holy crap.
and that's he's so creative, and I swear he's going to be a structural engineer one of these days because he can build a Lego in like 10 minutes, and it's like, but you didn't even, the directions are over there.
I'll tell you something about this. This is interesting.
Somehow
Okay?
it's not what it was, but it's better.
Right. This is confirmation right here. I was
Oh,
sitting. So I believe it was you that got me the Fast and Furious car Lego
Sure.
set,
Why not?
and I want to put it together. But I'm like sitting here looking at it, I'm like, man, I really don't want to spend the time on I love putting them together, but I'm like, I don't really have time to. So I was like, you know what? If I go to Zane and be like, Zane, I'll give you $5, put this together for me.
Yeah. Which one is it?
It's Brian's car from Too Fast, Too Furious.
Yeah, he's
The
done
blue
two
and
of those.
silver. Yeah.
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 Actually, he's done two of them, and both of them got broke.
Oh, well, these won't get broke. This will
Yeah.
get put on display. But
Right.
I was like, you know what? I might have to.
Oh, he's good at it. And
But I love that is having, you have to show in. That's what I had to do with Lee.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I couldn't tell you anything about art. You know, I tried to push her to play basketball. You're 6 foot
Right.
tall. Like, play basketball. Come on. And no, I had to like go out of my way to learn things and become interested and sit with her and watch her and have to make myself
Right.
become interested in that because, she, like, y'all are probably going to run into eventually is they'll go the opposite way of what you love. And it's like, all right, well, I
Yeah.
guess, whatever you're into, I love you.
Or God willing, it inherits. I don't say it.
It inherits.
Our children inherit our
There you go. Yeah.
our
and
musical
that's
ability.
entirely possible.
That's
as
usually
well.
how that goes.
Yeah.
Yeah, for
That's
sure.
great. Sometimes it skips a generation.
Well, and they may inherit the talent, but not the passion.
Yeah.
So they may be a fantastic singer and hate music altogether.
That might drive me crazy.
Or like me, where you have the passion but no talent.
Right.
I would love to sing. Like, I love to sing, man. And then it's just
Yeah.
not working out
Oh,
for me.
man.
It was like, no.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, Sissy. Now with her little attitude all the time.
Oh, she's
gosh.
sassy.
She
Ain't no
makes sure
doubt.
to let me know, Dad. I'm like, hey, I thought it was pretty good.
Nope.
Nope.
Stop. Mm-mm. Gosh,
Dad-
she could be a reality TV star.
Yeah, I'm telling you. She's like, stick to preaching. I'm just like,
Gum. She's telling you to stay in your lane. She's telling you to stop writing checks you can't cash.
it's like, man. And I discipline her right there on the spot. What's some other ways that you kind of see yourself or your situation or your life in an unconventional way
I'll tell you mine.
outside the box?
Went to college for 5 years.
Yeah,
Got a degree. Not using it at all.
that's so true.
Not using it at all.
All right.
With no want to even use. It's
No,
not like
I
you
don't-
have it and
I
you're
don't-
looking.
I don't want to use it.
Yeah,
I don't want to use it. And I saw that when I quit teaching as great. I wasted 5 years of my life.
All right.
But with what I'm doing now with music, I'm still able to use the knowledge that I learned
Right.
in college and apply it in
All right.
that aspect, which makes me regret going to college. I loved college. It was the best and worst times.
it was the best of times. It was the worst of times.
Gosh dang. But it makes me feel less of like I wasted 5 years.
Right. Yeah,
That's
because
good.
because you carry that with you for
Yeah.
sure. Yeah, that's a good one, man. That's so true.
Just the fact that we have 14 kids is unconventional.
That's true as well.
and
Yeah.
anytime I tell people that, it's don't you know what causes that?
Right.
I swear, it's the
Look,
same thing every time.
Yeah.
I was
And then
watching.
and then they start asking, which ones are birth, which ones are adopted. I'm
Yeah.
like, nah.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
it's man. Yeah.
We ain't
I was
got the
watching
time.
Impractical Jokers today, and they're doing a little thing where they had to go up to a random stranger and they had something in a bag. They didn't know what it was, but the goal was to be able to get the stranger to take whatever it was. Well, there's this guy and his wife and his kids. He had like 5 or 6 kids. He's like, Joe's like, I got this for you. Opens the back. I was like, oh my gosh. Well, this might help. It was a long thing full of condoms.
Oh god.
And he was like, you know what caused? Yeah, he's like,
You
might
know what
want
causes
these.
that, right? Yeah.
That reminded me of that.
That's funny.
Now I just answer yes, adoption.
And yeah,
causes
right.
that.
And you're just like, yeah, I do know what. Yeah,
Yeah.
thank you.
Thanks.
Well, it's like going to the store and something's not ringing up, and you're like, oh, I guess it's free. It's
Right.
like, oh, I haven't heard that one before.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, when we go out to eat, obviously it's quite a spectacle, but it's weird that some people are actually rude about it. Like,
Yeah.
and our kids are not they don't misbehave in public.
Yeah.
Because I'll smack them. Did I say that on the podcast?
Smack 'em.
But they look at us like, how dare we have that many kids in
right.
public?
Yeah. What
Like,
are you
Yeah.
thinking?
I mean, they want it out of their cage. What do you
right.
want?
We didn't have another show till tomorrow, so we had a free night.
Yeah. And I feel like I am just everything about me and the area in which we live and for the most part grew up is unconventional.
Yeah.
I feel very much, and sometimes it gets to where I feel out of place,
Right.
to where like I was plucked and dropped in the middle of where everyone else is just different.
Yeah.
And I'm different from everyone else, and it's hard to relate, and it's hard to just to look around and see everyone is kind of the same in a way, and I'm so different from all of that,
I know how you feel
growing
up in a
yeah
all white town.
Yeah.
The
The
being
Puxico.
only minority in the school.
How long
Yeah.
you been in the States?
Oh my gosh!
Yeah.
Surprisingly, never been asked that until that one time,
Yeah,
and
that's crazy.
It caught me off guard. 'Cause it's like, what do you mean?
What, the United States?
The states that are united.
But yeah, it's
Well, you
it's-
do have a pair of camo pants, so there's
I do
that.
I do have that now. I do have that now. That's so true.
Well, I've got the same thing going on because I was raised by a single mom. So, those manly men are like, do you hunt? Do you fish? No, sir, I don't
Yeah,
do
sorry.
any of that. My mom didn't teach me any of that. So, but yeah, it's which I don't think that being unconventional is necessarily a bad thing
Yeah.
because it allows you to think outside the box.
Yeah.
Whereas instead of doing things the way they've always been done, it allows you to be a little more creative and a little more imaginative.
Yeah.
Well, I think it kind of going back to you're talking about when you take your family out to restaurants and people are rude about that because that's not normal,
Right.
Yeah.
and they're like, oh, how dare they not be normal?
Right.
And it's being normal is dumb.
Yeah. And I mean, part of me wants to hand them my check, but I
Yeah.
don't do that. So
Yeah.
There's beauty in the unconventional and the normal.
Yeah.
Right.
The unconventional being it's not normal, and that's cool. And the normal, for me, the normal being
Normal's
know.
comfortable.
it's comfortable. That's how I would put
That's
it.
a lot what I sometimes crave.
Is
Is just fitting in. Because I never really have
right.
in any like fully in anywhere. I've kind of always been different than the group that I'm with.
Well, and you've talked about it before, in school you were, heavier and
Yeah.
so you didn't fit in there. And then,
Yeah.
but in high school you fit into the basketball team, but even then you were probably different
Yeah.
then, but
Yeah. Yeah,
but
for sure.
There's nothing necessarily wrong with that.
Right. Yeah. And it's something that you could take on and make it your own and be happy with is being a little different because God made you that way.
Right.
And it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah. And I'm unusual in the fact that
Yes. I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I'm very comfortable with myself
Yeah.
and the way that I am. And I believe that if you're not, change it.
Yeah.
You know, if you want to know how to hunt, learn how to hunt. If you want to change something about yourself, do so.
I hunt for deals on Amazon.
Do you just have no
Yes.
filter between
Sorry,
brain
go
and
ahead.
mouth?
I'm sorry. I swear I'm saying this in my head, not out loud.
You're not. But yeah, just if you want something different, change it. And I crave ice cream.
Gosh. Speaking of cravings. Oh wait, I don't know if I can talk about that.
No.
Never mind. We'll save it for
Later episode.
Rain check.
Well, that's a great segue into a segment that we call That's What's Up.
I'm not sure how that led into that, but okay.
I don't know either.
It didn't. Not at all.
It was unconventional.
It's an unconventional segue. So That's What's Up is a segment that we talk about some things that we're watching, listening to, maybe a new show, new movie, something that's coming out. Pastor Rich, what you got?
So I'm going to talk about something that Mike does not want to talk about, but I want to talk about it anyway.
Taxes.
Oh, man.
Oh.
American Idol.
Ooh.
So let me tell you, that we are down to, which brings up my next topic that you need to be accepting of what your friends are into as well, not just yourself. I went to Anime Con with you. I'm just saying.
You went to Comic-Con.
Whatever. It's the same thing.
It's not. Those are two different events, but continue.
What is wrong with you?
That's like saying The Voice and American Idol are the same show.
It's not. It's different
Exactly.
judges. So anyway, we're down to the top 12, right? And I'm giving American Idol 100% props regardless of their motivation. Let me preamble that by saying that they're having a worship night next Sunday night. They're going to have Brandon Lake and CeCe Winans and Christian music being played through a 3-hour special episode. And I think
Sorry. I got excited.
Brandon will be on there.
Brandon,
Yeah.
I didn't know what you said.
Yeah, it was a little hard to understand.
Man.
But yeah, I think it's an amazing thing that they're doing regardless of their motivation. I think it's just another way to get the word out.
Mhm.
So it's a good deal. And
I think it was all Carrie Underwood.
it probably was, even though it...
Do you call in and vote?
No.
Do they still do that? I have no idea.
They,
you
they actually
text.
have an app for it now.
Oh, that's not surprising.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
There's
But
an app for
I
that.
used to, years ago.
Yeah.
Because we watched it forever. Carrie Underwood won 20 years ago
Mhm.
this season.
Yep.
I know, you don't care. So, also, the show Extracted,
Yeah.
season finale is next week, and that show is phenomenal. It's on Hulu. It's a Fox show, but
Yeah.
it's so good.
I got the first two in and I really liked it, but
Yeah.
then
Yeah, you need to binge watch it when you get a chance.
yes, for sure. It was a good one. It's a good premise to a show.
Yeah,
You know,
and it gets intense.
Yeah.
What you
Very
got, Tyler?
nice.
Corey Asbury's got a new song out. It's really good. It's called Good for Nothing.
I like it.
It's a fantastic song.
What was that one you shared? I think it was Brandon Lake.
It was Brandon Lake.
Right?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's called Daddy's DNA.
Yeah.
That's another good one.
I saw that.
Yeah.
I'm excited for it.
You sent me another one that he was like did a part of, but it was like it was like a harder rock type song.
Oh no, it was another one. It's another one he wrote that'll be on his next album.
Okay,
Yeah,
Mhm.
it's
it's pretty awesome.
Yeah. And speaking of Corey Asbury,
Yeah.
oh my gosh, for those that don't know,
We still don't know. All right.
The suspense.
so Friday, was it Friday? I think it was Friday. Scrolling through TikTok, already in bed at this point. Scrolling through TikTok and I see Corey Asbury live, and went on there. And so I've started going on TikTok to kind of create a following on there and make a little bit of cash. I'll go live on my own, or other people will go live and bring other musicians up on their live, and people can send gifts which have monetary value and things like that. So I went on his, and I guess he was just promoting that song, and I took a chance and just said, hey, or comment on the live like, hey, can I sing you one of your songs? And I completely not expecting, he saw the comment, read the comment, and was like, sure. And sent me an invite to his live. And
So you had to get out of bed.
I got out of bed, put on some shorts, a shirt, and I ran downstairs. My guitar was downstairs. I was freaking out. I didn't have my camera on, just a microphone. And I was like, oh my gosh, give me just a minute because I am in bed. Holy crap. And just hear me just run up down the stairs.
Completely played it cool.
Yeah, played. Yeah,
just
yeah,
cool as a cucumber.
Yeah, definitely was not fangirling or anything. And I've played in front of, I think the most I played in front of like 800 people, 900. Nowhere near as nervous as I was playing. Right, not even in front of him.
Right.
I'm playing through a phone that he's watching me.
Yeah, but that one-on-one,
Well, it's another thing if you're just playing music for someone of kind of importance like that. But I'm playing one of his songs.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah.
So it's a whole nother thing. And I was just so nervous. I was shaky the whole time.
That's pretty awesome.
Mine was
And he was impressed. I saw it. So he was impressed with your singing. So
yeah,
expect that phone call any day now.
Yeah.
And what is your TikTok? Just so.
Is it like a crazy name?
No.
Oh,
I think it's.
Please tell me you know your own TikTok name.
Well, I go by Tyler Hayes on there. I know there's like a certain, I don't know. It's Tyler Hayes on TikTok.
Okay, thank you.
That cleared it up.
We'll
Yeah.
figure out why later. I don't understand it.
Well, it's like there's like you have your name and then there's like the at something whatever.
Yeah.
I don't remember that
It's
one.
always something
You just
kind of crazy.
you just look up Tyler Hayes.
Gotcha.
And I
Very
do music on there. I don't have any. I'm still working on recording. I'm in the middle of writing a new song.
How many do you have completed?
Six.
Not even recorded, just completed 6.
6.
Nice.
Yeah.
What you got, Michael Robert?
Still waiting on Nintendo Switch 2.
Oh,
Dude, let's let this go.
So
did he tell you what he's doing?
He who what?
See,
Did he tell you what he's doing? Wait, did he tell you what he's doing? I said, did he tell you what he's doing?
Hey, Mike, what is he trying to ask?
I'm confused.
What you
too.
told me in the car? What you're doing?
Oh
with
yeah,
the Switch.
I'm selling my Switch to get the new one.
I was expecting that reaction.
Cool.
Yeah,
I mean, and I'm happy that you're happy.
I feel like that's not true.
That's very backhanded.
Yeah.
It's 100%
It does, yeah.
true. I'm glad that.
So
you're
anyway,
gonna get one.
the Mario Kart Direct comes out tomorrow, so I'm excited to see that. And then just
I saw that they have an open
anticipating.
world Mario game coming out, like
it's
a GTA thing.
It's Mario Kart.
Yeah.
It's a new Mario Kart. So even while you're waiting on matches to populate, you can. It's free roam and all that,
That
which they're going
might
to
be
explain.
cool.
They're going to explain some more to it tomorrow.
Yeah. I
But
don't
it's
know
going
how
to
I
be
feel about
24 people
Mario
racing at
shooting a
once.
machine gun, but
Yeah, it's going to be fantastic. No, he's on the cart. He's not shooting. Oh my gosh, he's a grandpa. Golly,
yeah.
yeah.
He is a grandpa.
Literally.
Grandpa
Yes,
Rich.
I am. That's
so
Pawpaw.
that. What did we watch? I thought we watched a new movie this week. We watched National Treasure, which that wasn't a new one, but we watched that.
You did watch a new movie because you were telling me you were watching it.
Yes, it's called The Ritual. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's
gotta
crazy.
check
It's
it
a
out.
Netflix original movie. Pretty crazy.
That,
pretty
that
crazy.
Greenland that you told me
Greenland
about was
was
really
yeah,
good.
Gerard Butler.
Yeah.
That's really good. Yeah,
I like Gerard Butler.
I do
think he's a
too.
really good actor. He's in the new How to Train Your Dragon live action.
Yep. Yep.
Might be worth watching just for
So
him.
that got Star Wars Episode 3. The anniversary is coming up. That's right.
Sorry, I
Yeah.
don't care.
That's one of the. I remember that was one of the first movies I watched in theaters that I can remember.
I'm watching it in theaters next week.
Now, which one is that?
Episode 3
Revenge
is
of the
Revenge
Sith.
of the Sith.
So that's not
You and my
Where-
brother Anakin.
Yeah,
That,
it's
okay,
where
calm down.
Spoiler alert. For
I had the
anybody who
high
hasn't
ground.
seen this movie from 30 years ago. It's where Anakin officially turns into Vader.
Okay, so it's that one. Okay.
Yeah.
I got you.
So good.
That was a good one.
Yeah. I got the high ground.
Which one was the one with Darth Maul?
First one.
See, and I thought he was such a cool character that
Yes.
just
Just to-
underplayed.
just to
And
literally-
it's like, oh, he's
Literally kill him off.
just like he's so awesome. And
I
then-
I think people kind of split down the middle.
yeah.
Mhm.
That
You see-
I see what you did there. That
Wow.
that double-ended lightsaber was
That was cool.
was pretty sick.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Took
Well, it's
two
like Boba Fett,
Jedis.
like all the best characters, all the like coolest anyway, they like kill off.
Yeah.
You know, it's like Boba Fett, which they brought him back, but they just kind of kill off pretty
I
quickly.
think Qui-Gon Jinn had potential too.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Good old Liam Neeson.
Did you watch The Mandalorian? Did you ever?
Yeah, I watched just season 1,
Yeah.
and then after they fired Gina Carano, I stopped watching
Okay.
because all that.
Oh yeah.
all that madness,
I don't know.
nonsense.
I watched the first season.
Politics.
Too, but
Yeah, I was stupid.
apparently, it was twice as stupid.
Do we just become best friends? Yep. You want to go to the garage and do karate?
Double the stupid.
Yeah. So, yeah, a lot of geek stuff coming up this week. So I am very, very pumped and excited.
Speaking of being different,
I was bummed out because I had to miss 2 different events because of all the rain and flooding.
yeah,
Had to miss the Tyler Hilton concert that we had tickets to go to with a meet and greet that we didn't get to meet or greet. Not happy. Not happy. And I missed AnimeCon in Cape
Yep.
because all the roads were closed. So it was not fun.
it was crazy.
Not fun.
It was nuts.
Not fun.
Yeah. A lot of rain.
Yeah.
But that concludes our segment of That's What's Up.
What's up? What's up? No. Our truth? No. Okay.
Wow.
So you got anything
WrestleMania.
else on
That's what's up.
That WrestleMania is
WrestleMania.
this weekend.
It sure is this
Are
weekend.
you sure?
Here is
I
my
think
here
so.
is my prediction for the Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, and the other guy that doesn't really matter.
Is it a triple threat?
Yes,
Yeah.
it is.
It was.
CM Punk.
Oh yeah.
I believe this is my prediction that Seth Rollins is going to win,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
and that Paul Heyman is going to side with him. That's my prediction.
It'll be interesting.
You heard it here. You heard it here first.
I don't know where that's from.
Write that down.
Bong. You heard it here first.
Y'all got anything else on your heart?
No.
Cool. Nothing. Cool. Thank y'all for your riveting contributions. And remember,
Hey, listeners, we just want to thank you for your continued support for the Almost Brothers podcast. Do us a favor and go to your favorite platform and rate us and like us and share with everyone that you know. Thank you so much. Love you.